what if one of Van Gogh's greatest self-portraits didn't even show his face? Here we have Romain Parisien, and although there's no figure here, the painting is a sort of intellectual self-portrait. It's a window into his state of mind at this most critical moment in his artistic career. Van Gogh in 1887 is in Paris. He's living with his brother Theo. He's at this point spent the better part of the last 2 years absorbing everything that the city has to offer. It's in the cafes of Montmartre or in the galleries of the Rue Lafitte. He is exposed to the Impressionists, whether it's Monet or Sisley. He's exposed to Neo-Impressionists, Seurat, Signac, and he's exposed to burgeoning post-Impressionists like Toulouse-Lautrec, or I think most importantly, Émile Bernard. There's so much there, compositionally, chromatically. It shows everything that Van Gogh is capable of, but also what he would be capable of. The book pile is dominated by these traditional Parisian novels bound in yellow cloth, but I love this one book in cornflower blue, which sits at the beginning of the table and offsets the entire composition so perfectly and shows that Van Gogh was conscientious about composition and not simply documenting what he saw in front of him. Paperback novels bound in this typical yellow cloth were abundant in Paris at this period of time. They were the accessible literature that people were generally reading. It was Émile Zola, it was the Goncourt brothers, it was Guy de Maupassant. In this way, it's like he's showing that he is steeped in Parisian culture. It's a reference to the fact that he is among the Parisian people and that he is, downloading this state of mind, this personality, this persona. And I think that's important because Van Gogh is often caricatured. We write him off or summarize him as a madman. But in fact, he's an incredibly sophisticated actor. He's reading, as we can see here. He's speaking multiple languages, but clearly he wants to be understood a certain way. To me, that is the essence of self-portraiture among great artists. It is how they want to be seen, how they want to be remembered. Van Gogh builds this painting layer by layer, and the result is something that is tactile, something with incredible impasto, with an almost sculptural quality. He's not simply looking at his brushstroke, but he's thinking about the way in which color goes over color, how yellow goes over orange, how green goes on top of yellow, and how he's able to construct something that has depth as well as vibrancy. Just a few years prior, he's painting in an entirely different idiom. You think about the Potato Eaters or some of these still lifes that he did prior to coming to Paris, and while they are excellent in their own right, there's an entirely different artist in some ways. Think about what today we associate most with Van Gogh. It is color, it is brushwork. Those two things are fully on view here, and really they come so directly from those artists in Paris. Whether it is the brushwork of Sisley, whether it is the palette of Toulouse-Lautrec, whether it is the stippling and the sort of experimental, almost scientific examinations of Signac and Seurat. And in particular, I think it is this aesthetic that is informed by the Nabi mindset, which Émile Bernard is the greatest champion of. Without canvases like this, we would not have Starry Night, we would not have the Sunflower series, and we certainly would not have some of his most iconic and important self-portraits.